This is Ed Sullivan with the Illinois State Rifle Association. The big issue in Springfield as we head into the lame duck session, which should be in early January, deals with domestic violence. Senate Bill 2633, commonly referred to as Karina's Law, would force gun owners to relinquish the firearms to law enforcement if they have a domestic violence restraining order against them. Karina Gonzalez and her daughter were murdered by her husband after a restraining order was filed. This bill is named after her. The backdrop to this issue is a recent U.S. Supreme Court case, Rahimi versus the United States, where the court ruled that a person can temporarily be disarmed if they have committed domestic violence. The key to this ruling, though, is that the person must have due process, meaning they must have a hearing. This is the second video ISRA has made on the issue, and today we'll focus on how multiple government agencies failed Karina and her children. Does it surprise anybody that the anti-gun crowd would use this tragedy to further erode your Second Amendment rights? Doesn't surprise me. Timeline. Karina Gonzalez and her daughter were shot and killed July 3rd, 2023. 12 days before that, on June 21st, Karina went and filed an order of protection, and an order of protection was granted. The order was also put into what's called LEADS, or Illinois Law Enforcement Agency's data system. This is the database where police use to check to see if anybody has warrants or other orders against them. The next day, on June 22nd, the husband was back in the home. Isn't that interesting? CPD is called for a domestic disturbance. While there, they see the firearm that the husband has clearly out in the open, and they have as much concern that they actually file a clear and present danger report against the husband, something that the Illinois State Police say they never received. One thing that CPD did not do is they did not check leads to see if this individual had any warrants or orders, which they would have seen if they had done that. The next day after that, on June 23rd, Cook Sheriff attempted to serve the order of protection. That is the general time frame, according to the law, that the order should be served with the individual. No other attempt was made to serve that order of protection to the husband up until the point where the murders took place. The next day after that, June 24th, ISP said they notified CPD, Chicago Police Department, and Cook Sheriff that the FOID was suspended. CPD and Cook Sheriff could not confirm receipt of that notification. No other attempt was made to remove the FOID or firearms from this individual. Existing laws should have prevented this tragedy. Domestic violence is a serious issue. ISRA agrees with the Supreme Court that if you were found guilty of this violent act in a court of law, the government can temporarily disarm you. The question I have is, why did law enforcement fail to follow existing laws that should have prevented this tragedy? Why do we need more laws to accomplish the same thing? So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more videos. Until then, stay strapped. Sullivan out.